Hey everybody, it's your buddy's pal Anthony. Today we're talking Ghostbusters Back in Town number 3. This is the penultimate issue in the Dark Horse comic series about the Ghostbusters returning to New York and starting the business back up. Spoilers after the intro. Steve, hit it please.
Who you gonna call?
Thank you, Steve. This issue picks up where the last one left off. Phoebe's in a sewer and she's confronted by the big bad ghost of the series, who turns out to be, and I'm going to butcher her name, Madame Malveaux, I think. And apparently she was a medium of Manhattan and she was active around the time that Ghostbusters 2 happened. It seems she has ties to Vigo, and once Vigo got defeated, her supernatural abilities dried up. And it doesn't say how she became a ghost. I'm not sure if it's the natural way or something to do with the slime. But anyway, she has a grudge against Ghostbusters, and them being back in town is nothing that she's happy about. So she's been the one sending the green roaches, all the green ghost bug disgusting things, all those stuff. She's been the one who's sending the Ghostbusters away. As the madam explains, when the Ghostbusters defeated Vigo in Ghostbusters 2, they severed her connection with the spiritual side of the universe. And that's why she has her grudge. She is now, after all this time, I don't know why she waited so long, but now she has the power to do something about it. Phoebe's had enough. She decides it's time to introduce her to the newest Ghostbuster herself. However, when she tries to fire her pack, the madam has already sent her bugs to disable it, and Phoebe, I'm not sure why, as she rips off the pack, she rips off the cyclotron cover and hauls ass out of the sewer with just the cyclotron cover. I'm not quite sure why she did that. To me, it's really screwed up because I'm assuming that's still Egon's pack, so for the moment anyway, she's abandoned Egon's pack in the sewer and just has the cyclotron. Instead of ending up on the street when she makes her escape from the sewer, somehow she ends up in a comedy club called the Laugh Riot, and she's performing in front of a bunch of ghosts, and if she doesn't make them laugh, as they'll eventually come to explain, she will join them. We cut back to the firehouse to catch up with the rest of the crew. Trevor's out front. He's pacing back and forth, waiting for his mother to answer the phone. Not sure where anybody is. The mermaid ghost shows up out of the sewer, and this time he's ready because he's fully geared up. Before Trevor can actually fire his stream, though, off-panel, the Ecto-1 with Gary and Callie have shown up, and Gary tries to trap the ghost. Before he's successful, she actually uses her siren song and makes Trevor really pissed off. He fires a blast at Gary, misses thankfully, and then Callie pops out, saves the day, traps the ghost, and it's kind of like a little reminiscent of when the guys popped out of the slime at the end, towards the end of Ghostbusters 2. Once the song is broken, he's not really sure why he was doing anything like that. Once that's dealt with, they hop in the Ecto, take off like bats out of hell to go rescue Phoebe from the comedy club. Back at the firehouse, Ray's there, and they're discussing all their options. And it's really weird, by the way, before I go on, Lucky's nowhere to be seen in this issue. She popped in out of nowhere at the end of issue 2, and now she's just gone. That makes no sense. And maybe she'll pop up again in issue 4, but it doesn't really track with me why she would be there 1 minute with Trevor and then not want to see the firehouse and not get involved with everything from here on out. But like I said, we'll see if she's in the next and last issue. As I said, Ray's back at the firehouse. They're going over everything, and he, of course, knows of Madame Malveaux, or however you say her name. He's saying that she was actually a real clairvoyant, and then she actually ends up getting arrested because she perpetrated a hoax on her clients after a certain point, and Ray reiterates the reason why being that once they defeated Vigo, they unknowingly cut her ties to her powers to communicate with the dead, and that's when she went from the real deal to a charlatan. After his explanation, Phoebe's very eager to just strap on another pack, go back into the sewer, and take her out, but Ray explains to her that that didn't work with Vigo, so it's not going to work with her. And now they have to come up with a new way to defeat her. So what does that mean, folks? That means they're going to modify some proton packs, kind of like they did in Frozen Empire. Ray shows how introducing some of the pink crystallized slime into the current green slime neutralizes it, and there's no psychokinetic energy. This leads to a modification of the pack. Phoebe explains she has an idea. They're kind of jamming in a lot of stuff now because Phoebe and Callie have to have their little makeup, and then Trevor and Gary have a makeup for Trevor trying to blast him. Like I've said before, they should have done a longer series. Now I feel like they're just going to start cramming stuff into the last issue because they're cramming stuff into this issue. We end with the modifications to all of their packs. Phoebe has done something where they each have a piece of the crystallized slime in front of the part of their neutrino wands, and as they fire, Phoebe explains the streams will pass through the crystal, altering the protons to give them pink power to fight the Madam and her green slime, and hopefully that'll neutralize it. They get a chance to test this theory very quickly because before they even have a chance to load themselves into the Ecto and find a sewer, the doors to the firehouse burst open and in flows a river of green slime, and as well as a bunch of cockroaches too. And that's the end of issue number 3. Next up, we have the finale of this, issue 4, and I know I said I'm going to reserve judgment of the series overall until issue 4, and I still will, but I'll give you a slight preview of where my thoughts are lying. This is not the Ghostbusters series I needed. I'm seeing a lot of, to me now, this is just recycling a lot of stuff from the movie, whether or not this was original before the movie or not, but come on. They have to modify their packs again. They did that in the movie. The big bad comes to the firehouse, bursts in the doors, and now they're going to have their final showdown, it seems, in the firehouse. Did that in the movie too. So far, it's not doing it for me. Maybe issue 4 will pull it all together, and I'll actually end up really enjoying that issue, but so far, not doing it for me still. And I'm sad about that because I want to like this. I want to like this more than I do, and it's not happening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you have a minute, head over to YouTube and search Nerd Affiliated. There you can find our other comic reviews, our toy unboxings, our roads to New York Comic Con 2023 and 2024, where the boss and I are once again going down this Ghostbusters path. While you're there, for just $1 a month, you can become a member of the Nerd Affiliated Army, and you get a chance to suggest topics for us to cover. You get a link for our 2 live shows to join if you have the time. If you have another minute, head over to nerdaffiliated.com, check out the store, and get yourself or a loved one the gift of some sweet, sweet Nerd Affiliated merch. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this issue, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Steve, play me out of here, please.